So today I thought that we would cover or recover actually because we did it, I don't know, probably a couple months ago. We kind of dive into the meaning of Om. In yoga, Om is said to be the root of all sound. So um, basically, for us word thinkers, especially, um, words become our thoughts, right? A collection of words paints a picture, and then those pictures become our thoughts. And in yoga, it's said that the base root sound, all other sounds, is Om. Um, and so the repetition of Om removes all of the analytical thought, relieves all the thoughts and all of the words, and it exposes the true truth, the essence of the lotus flower, if you will, of everything. Because if you strip everything away, it all comes down to Om. And it's said that the sound of the reverberating energy of the universe is Om. And so a lot of people repeat this mantra without understanding, where it comes from. And that's perfectly fine, right? Because the power is there regardless. The truth is the truth. But I really like the Patanjali's Yoga Sutras and how it exposes some of this underlying meaning behind Om. So we're gonna jump into that a little bit today. And so I invite you to kind of let the analytical thought go. Sometimes we start analyzing with our brain and with our thoughts, our practice, and I think that it's good sometimes to just go with it. And it may or may not resonate with you, and that's perfectly fine. But I would give it a shot and see what it does, because for me, it really has removed some pretty big obstacles in my practice and has allowed me to kind of move forward. And I think that's the intent. So let's start today by sitting up nice and tall and feeling our sits bones in our tush. And sometimes it's even helpful to kind of gently push or pull that flesh away so we can feel that connection in our seat. From here, we want to sit up nice and tall, extending the spine long, pulling the crown of the head towards the ceiling. And then let's open the palms towards the ceiling by taking the backs of the hands to the tops of the knees. I invite you to relax the eyes and close the eyes because it eliminates distractions. But if you don't feel comfortable closing your eyes, you can get a drishti or a gazing point at the tip of the nose. Kundalini folks use the tip of the nose a lot in their practice, and it's pretty powerful in itself. But for me, I like to close my eyes. And then from here, you maybe even have a mudra or a hand position where you bring your thumb and your index finger to touch. And then we're going to close our mouth, if possible, and begin breathing in and out of the nose. So we're going to inhale in through the nose, and then exhale through the nose. Inhaling and exhaling. Continue to breathe in this fashion, in and out of the nostrils. And see if you can take nice full breaths. A lot of times we only breathe like the top 10, 20, 30% of our lungs. I encourage you to really breathe nice and deep, feeling your whole body. See if you can begin to focus on the breath. You may notice that certain thoughts are going to pop up. Maybe you're dreaming about a beautiful Caribbean trip that you recently took. Or maybe you've just had a really busy morning and all of that stuff keeps coming back up. It's up to you on whether or not you want to choose to stop it. Sometimes that's pretty difficult. What I choose to do is just to not follow the narrative. So as these thoughts arise, oh, don't forget to send that email to my boss. Don't follow it with another thought. Just recognize the thought and let it go. So as you inhale and exhale, you just begin to turn that attention away from the analytical mind and begin to focus on the breath. And each time that the brain and the ego distracts you from the breath, don't be mad, don't get down on yourself, but simply smile and come back to the breath each time you notice. Just the act of noticing is a huge, huge step. And breathe. of the things that I found helpful in my practice is to not think about it as meditating, but simply think about it as sitting and breathing. And while this may seem like merely semantics, I find that it helps me a great deal. Inhaling fully and exhaling completely. Perhaps inhaling everything that you need and then exhaling everything that's no longer serving you. You may notice as you sit and breathe, certain emotions come up. Maybe you notice that you're still carrying past interaction with another person or some sadness. And not judging the outcome, but just being aware that you're still carrying it. In the Lord of Yoga is the incomparable seed of omniscience. Being unconditioned by time, he is the teacher of even the ancient teachers. And his sound is the reverberating syllable of Om. The repetition of this syllable Om reveals its meaning. So today I invite you to continue breathing. But on the exhale, to say silently to yourself, Om. So just out loud as an example, you inhale fully. And on the exhale, Om. And as you breathe and repeat this Om on the exhalation, really feel, even though it's silent, and bounce off all of the edges of your being. Feel the reverberation in your mind, in your body. And know that the repetition will reveal its meaning to you, as the Yoga Sutras say. And also, like with all mantra or japa, the repetition of a phrase in our meditation practice, it helps give the mind something to focus on that isn't the thoughts. So as we exhale with Om, it helps fill that space with the sound that taught even the most ancient teachers. Perhaps you can even hear Om inside of the breath and the exhalation. Maybe you don't even need to try to hear the syllable. Just opening to the possibility that it's there with every breath, regardless of our ability to hear it. When Om reveals itself, introspection is attained, and obstacles fall away. The obstacles that distract thought are disease, apathy, doubt, carelessness, indolence, dissipation, false vision, failure to affirm, a firm basis in yoga, and restlessness. Om, in its repetition, can reveal and remove these obstacles. Inhaling fully and exhaling completely. Feeling a sense of groundedness, of rootedness into the present moment through your sits bones. But at the same time, hopefully feeling a feeling of peace envelop you. Knowing that you're perfect just the way that you are right now. There's nothing to do. All you have to do is be. And notice the beautiful miracle that is in this very moment. And that you have the power to attain samadhi or happiness. Simply sitting and breathing. Inhaling fully and exhaling completely. Inhaling and feeling the prana in your body. Exhaling, hearing the mantra of Om. Once in a while, just checking in, noticing if you've got caught up in the narrative of the mind, and bringing your focus back to the breath, back to the mantra, back to the sense of groundedness through your sits bones. Opening yourself to the idea there's something greater. That there's a sense of calm, of peace that runs through you. If you can only just sit and breathe and relax and become a witness or an observer to this miracle. Next inhalation, bring your hands to heart center and Anjali Mudra, our sacred prayer. Inhaling and exhaling. Being thankful for this space, for each other, for our community. Being thankful for the gift of yoga. But mostly being thankful for yourself, for taking the time to work on you. It's not a selfish act. If we don't take the time to work on ourselves, then we'll have nothing to give others. The light in me bows to that same light that's in each of you. Namaste. Om. I love it. It helped me a great deal. Sit with it, see if it helps you. It may or may not. Everybody has their own mantras.
It does, and I concentrated on that in my mind, like I could hear it
Yeah, I really like saying it out loud, but I think it's a little bit better to start that at your own practice, in your own space. But I like the feeling of the reverberation, and like it just feels like it kind of emanates from me. But like I said, it was a big help for me to kind of tone down the thoughts in my head, because I was constantly coming back and like getting lost in that narrative of the mind. So for me, it was really good to have to have that kind of sense of connection, something to come back to constantly. So.